Maybe. Never know.
I mean, I think they had a fine game plan against Shen.
Yeah.
I think that was all. I don't think it was the issue for EHOME. I'd be okay with them giving it up again.
The alternative is to give Weehaw another hero.
Yeah.
Invokers. Keep his options open instead of picking that Invoker so early. I still think they made good use of it. Alright, they're not getting it, so we'll see now.
Interesting that they banned the Invoker too.
Yeah. It's gonna be Lone Druid again. Leaves Profit. They didn't ban it this time, they banned it last game. So, gotta assume that EHOME will be grabbing that.
They banned Profit and Tide last game, so Tide also still in the pool, so Secret will have to choose. And of course, Void still in the game.
I think if EHOME open Void, Secret will take Tide or Enigma, one of the two.
I believe the first pick 2 times for EHOME, by the way, so that would mean that Secret favors Dire.
I agree. Those are both some of the most natural counters, right? To the old Faceless Void carry.
Yeah.
Be able to get some good AoE counter initiation into your hand. I really think that Furion's the best pickup here. I think that when Synerin was talking about the uniqueness of the hero and what it really brings to this patch, I think that was perfectly on point. And okay.
That is to counter the Vision game that Beastmaster offered earlier.
Well, it's also a pretty good opening against Furion. During the mid game, it makes it very difficult to do what you want to do, which is kind of split up the map. Void. Yeah, it's nice to avoid confrontation and also to make split pushers less likely to do what they want.
Most of the times when you see a first pick that is not considered a first phase pick is when you've identified that there are so many top tier heroes in the pool that you can always get a trade that you're happy with. And then you just formation. This is like, think of this as them giving Secret the first pick instead. Now they're just passing it on and then they want to have the counter pick and then close out phase 1. But if they pick Profit now, they give more information, I guess, than picking an S, but I don't know if Secret actually care that much. They get their jungler, I still think they can get Profit, they can also get Tide. Both of them are good against Night Stalker.
I think Night Stalker is...
Tide in a...
I think Night Stalker is going to be the one of the most, say the most successful 4 position in the game. Just the way that the nighttime hits at 4 minutes and the Iron Talent introduction, it's just, there's so many different small boosts to Night Stalker that make him really valuable as a 4 position, rather than the old offlane position, which was committing one of your cores to utility, which you may or may not want to do anymore. But if you can commit one of your supports, that heavy kind of control and utility that Night Stalker offers, it's a huge advantage both in mid and late game.
I don't think this is the...
No, really because if it's a 4 position Night Stalkers, I mean, playing them is going to be Rubik then?
It's so much about what they get for themselves, it's what they're against. It doesn't... Night Stalker Rubik. Rubik is great for those flashy, memorable plays where you like steal Black Hole and you win the team fight, or you steal
Rubik's what Dream is right here.
The way Secret are playing with the 2 heroes is that they get items and then they just go in and they technically don't even need to cast their spells. They can just stand frontline with Tide and he's like, haha, your team actually can't engage into me, so whatever, we'll just take your tower while I'm standing in the front and looking stupid. And these heroes right now don't teamfight very well, and they don't that much pressure on the lane. So now Enigma can free jungle. These 2 are indeed the supports from EHOME. You've got Night Stalker Rubik, they're not good in the first 4 minutes. Now the Tide offline will be fine, Enigma will farm jungle, and EHOME will go toward an early portion of the mid game where they're just innately at a disadvantage, I feel.
Earlier today against CDEC, they had 2 games in a row where they picked Night Stalker 2 games in a row, 1 game for 11, 1 game for Kaka. So they can't switch.
They could play it offlane.
Yeah.
I think it might be a better choice.
Yeah, I think that Rubik pickup really makes me feel like you have to put the Night Stalker as the
And they won the game where they had Night Stalker offlane as well, even though 11 did not do very well.
It's like EHOME almost need like a gyro or something. Something that can actually...
Oh, that might be a pick Secret now.
Very early.
I actually like that grab a lot.
5 seconds remaining.
What other core position for EHOME can actually fight into this? I mean, the problem with Jug is you spin and you get hit by like an entire team basically, and it doesn't matter if you're spinning if they have early mech, which Puppy will have his mech like prior to 10 minutes if he gets a free jungle. How fast you have it. And Omni Slash is also garbage against 5-man. Like it's completely terrible.
Reserve time. Team Secrets.
EHOME going for a bounty hunter and just trying to mess with Enigma, but I think it's scary to do until you see the secondary support from Secret. That's one that can't really punish bounty for doing it, then they definitely get away with it. And then try to put Rubik +1 strong hero bottom, and since bounty is keeping Enigma away, Night Stalker should be able to get something 1 and 2 top. Very curious to see which direction it goes. Last time they had this, I think they went Spectre 5th pick for Envy in that game.
Yeah, but it got banned out here.
10 seconds remaining.
That one is gone, but they could still go for another hard carry. They could think of something
5 seconds
better counters to
remaining.
Morphling, but something along the lines of a hero that comes online late, but they just enable.
One of the interesting things is that, I mean, Night Stalker and Rubik are acceptable heroes against. This time around, the Ember Spirit was not banned in the 3-4.
True.
Yeah.
Really consider.
Although now, if you, as EHOME, you know that you're going to deal with an Enigma who's going to be in the jungle for the first few minutes, is it an option to go for an aggressive tri-lane so that you know that you can shut down Envy on whichever heroes he'll play?
Rubik is not an aggressive tri-lane hero most of the time.
Is possible, but then you're leaving Tide 1-on-1, so he will get fast level 6, and you're leaving Enigma alone in the jungle, so he will get fast level 6 in mech. Then we actually saw that attempt earlier today by CDEC, where they ran the Enchantress, super aggression on Envy, shut down his Clinks completely. Doesn't matter. Tide got levels and farm, and Enigma got levels and farm, and then Clinks in that game actually didn't, it seemed like almost didn't need to have anything, and they could...
Yeah, they kind of won 45.
So it's difficult proposition. I think it's way better to play it as a 2.5, where the half is the guy running after Enigma, because then you have the chance of having a presence top and countering out the Enigma at the same time.
Lion.
And this open, I think, Lion's not very strong early on.
To pick.
They want to run the bounty. This is the type of game to do it in, I think. Great synergy with Night Stalker too. They kind of overlap. They want to do in the early mid game, just super kill hungry. Gives Night Stalker haste, basic hero's track.
Yeah, and you do want to get a lineup that is pretty pick-off heavy and isn't really cooldown trick. That way you can punish Team Secret's longer cooldown.
10 seconds remaining.
At the same time, that Lion might also be a counter pick,
5
as
seconds
we had
remaining.
Lanham play a Lion earlier today that was insane, and he paired it up together with
Reserve
11's
time.
Night Stalker, and they just ran around and killed. That was a very strong combination.
I was
There you
thinking
Team
about two heroes,
Secret's
and
turn
it was
to
Warlock
pick.
and Phoenix. And the reason is, if you want to fight Secret head-on, if you want to be able to try to defend your towers, you need to have teamfight abilities that don't commit your hero.
Yes.
So Warlock ultimate is great. You obviously don't move in, you cast far away. And Phoenix is great because Sunray will deal a lot of the initial damage, and then the heroes of Secret actually suck against Super. They're really bad. Bad attack speed. Tidehunter is melee. Lion can't tank the egg most of the time if he
10
any damage to
seconds
anyone.
remaining.
I could see EHOME taking direction now.
5
On it, they still
seconds
have their
remaining.
Void available.
Clinks, I felt that was probably one of the best pickups that Team Secret go for. There are certain, we were talking about like letting your carries play their kind of playstyle, and Team Secret is definitely one of those teams that lets Eternal Envy play his carries. Definitely one of his first and foremost. Put the damper on the potential Phoenix that actually would have been quite strong aggro dual lane and that pickup.
10 seconds
So a
remaining.
lot to do with the fact too that if you look at Team Secret's lineup, they have a Enigma jungle, so you
5
kind of need a
seconds
self-sufficient
remaining.
safe laner. And they also noted that the Lion is kind of a weak solo support in the sense that if, for instance, like Cinder was saying, if they wanted to pick Bounty Hunter, you need some safe laner who doesn't need help. And I think Clinks is pretty much one of the only heroes in the pool who can really offer that. And plus, a way to pick off heroes quickly, like Rubik, for example, like during a team fight, just not have to worry about the spell steal, just kill him. He gets hexed by Lion or shot a few times by Clinks, he's dead.
This is also really damn good against not only the Phoenix but also the Enchantress, which may have been something that EHOME were thinking about. That's also a common strategy when you're dealing with
Team
Enigmas,
Secret's
is to
turn
run
to
an
bat.
aggressive jungler interest and shut out the Enigma because you really just can't fight.
This pick is super risky in my opinion. I know you have Warlock for AoE teamfight, but banking a lot on that. And plus,
10
you haven't
seconds
seen, I guess it's going to be mid Warlock, right? That's what it was run earlier as?
Yeah.
5
Core position.
seconds remaining.
So, you're going to have pretty early Golem, you're going to have Night Stalker probably offlane at this
Reserve
point,
time.
and then a Morphling who's going to still have that really weird 15 to like 25 minute timing where he's not really going to contribute in a big way to fights. And Team Secret have insane 5-man and the ability to push towers relatively quick. Like just having a Clinks on your team with Enigma,
Turn
that's
to
enough
battle.
tower push. Like you don't actually need anything other than that. So, really as Dire, like they can even go for Grosh. I feel like Team Secret can very easily snowball this. That's kind of crazy, actually.
Tidehunter,
10
like
seconds
in the Ravage
remaining.
aspect, is not good versus Morphling, but Anchor Smash is actually very good versus
5 seconds
all
remaining.
percentage damage reduction.
The reason I started thinking about profit is that I'm just your
Reserve
EHOME now.
time.
What you're banking on the Morphling is reaching late game. You're
Yeah.
gonna defend high ground with Warlock and with like you can Fate Bolt spam out. Maybe you can your last hero can get some sort of wave clear too. But I just don't see Secret just like say minute 15 they have the Aegis and they just start 5-manning down the lane. Trade. Where did they put their pressure? They have a Morphling only.
Yeah.
To split push. The other heroes do nothing to buildings.
And they don't have any hero who actually, like besides the Night Stalker, they don't have anybody who helps them create space. Nobody really disrupts the farm of the Enigma. Nobody forces any rotations out from Team Secret. It just feels like a very passive laning phase. Like Morphling Warlock, heroes don't move around. They don't do anything. They sit in their lane and they hit creeps.
Team
Warlock
Secret's
maxes.
turn to pick.
Last time I think he went 2-4-3 when I saw his, and of course all.
I think as a core position Warlock, you kind of need to max heal though.
Oh yeah, for sure. But over upheaval. I think they need the damage.
Yeah.
Fatal bonds. You can't remove a critical either. So you have like something that stays in the fight, and there's plenty of ways for it to jump when there's Eidolons or
10 seconds remaining.
I guess it's only Eidolons here. There's the creep wave itself as well.
5 seconds
Ranger at your
remaining.
service.
Oh, the
Haven't seen that in a while.
The Wii Ranger.
EHOME's turn to
Oh,
pick.
like that.
Secret Classic.
Probably one of the only teams who would be willing to run Wind Ranger right now. Just not one of the. It's like one of the worst mids.
It's his most played hero. 14-10 with a 58% win rate.
I haven't seen much of it though. Nannying.
Yeah.
Kind of put it in park for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Dusting that one off.
Feel like it's the right pick here?
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, there might have been a better choice
5
perhaps,
seconds
but it's not bad.
remaining.
It's not. If you look at EHOME's picks, hero. It's what I was talking about. We needs to be self. It's a hero that's difficult for EHOME to gank. So at least they have a mid laner now who's playing against Warlock, who doesn't have kill potential in lane alone. And even with the help, they might not even. Rubik rotates in, they might not even kill the Wind Ranger. Like 2 heroes. I like that. I think Puck could have maybe been a better choice.
Does we play much Puck though?
I think he does play.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so this is something that EHOME did a lot in previous patches, but I don't think this was the hero. Disruptor works well off of aggressive lineups, and he pairs really well with Night Stalker for multiple reasons. And it's an aggressive hero, it takes map control, and it gives you extra vision. Right? Those are all 3 excellent things, but I don't think the rest of the lineup is aggressive enough really to be able to follow that up, to ensure that they're in a commanding position to get those strong kind of glimpses.
I think it's mainly the synergy with the NS that makes it strong. You know, like you can use the vision advantage to try to go for picks. You can smoke around nighttime, and you can find picks on heroes before they can even see you. Like literally, you just get a glimpse onto them, they're dead. And that kind of pickoff can allow you to keep yourself in the game and maybe make it to that late game stage that they're going to be looking for with the Morphling. So,
but we're gonna hit that point in time, right, where we're talking about where the Morphling's down, and if Warlock Golems are also down, they don't win fights.
no, I agree with that.
And
completely.
for me, like Disruptor's such a
5
bad
seconds
hero
remaining.
from a support position when you're playing defensively, when the enemy team's trying to push into you.
So, previous game you all said Secret. Are you gonna say that again? Are you gonna be uniform?
I think so. I think Secret.
Dakota?
Hard not to say
Prepare
secret
for
on.
battle.
I think their draft is fair. We should mention for the the counter to Tide with.
Yeah, of
Doesn't it counter Black Hole as well on range?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Are you Secret too?
Secret.
Sure.
Okay, can they do a
Stick with
2-0?
the
It is
couch.
time for Game 2 Secret versus EHOME with OD Pixel and...
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, here we are back with DC versus Chinese characters. I'm sure that's not right, and there we go. That's what happens if you can't cast. They put you in that room. And I don't even know if you guys can hear me at the moment. Hopefully. Otherwise my flames are wasted. Here we go, EHOME versus Secret. Sure you can hear me now. If you can't, oh, you're one of the lucky ones. And oh, look at that. We've even got still overlay. 1-0 at the moment to Secret, as we can see. Game 2, Winter. We're going to see something a little bit different from EHOME. One Night Stalker, and it's this time they're the ones trying out the Morphling.
Yeah, and not to mention, the way Secret started this game, they had 2 heroes TP to top and to bottom to secure good ward positioning, so they could understand whether EHOME is coming to do aggressive lanes or not. So they're gonna find out
The
that
battle begins.
probably it might actually be dual lanes because Lamb is actually at top, so they might be sending the Rubik top to actually help out the Night Stalker in the early phase. Because earlier today we saw a game where O11 was on the Night Stalker where he was left alone. I believe it was. I can't remember against who, but he had a really hard time, and we were talking on the panel where a bit about the Night Stalker being left alone, and he had a really tough early game. And this time they're switching things up, they're sending him support, so hopefully the Night Stalker will have a much better early game here. Secret are gonna get a D-ward here with Paladai scouting ward, I believe with their early vision, so they were able to pinpoint the location of EHOME ward.
It's going to be very interesting to see how Envy does do this game. We saw earlier, in fact, one of the games I was discussing with Andy, where he played up against CDC. He had a tough time in lane as the Clinks, but he did have to deal with a tri-lane there. So he should have a bit of a fairer time now just against the dual lane. Even though it's a fairly beefy one with the Night Stalker and the Rubik, they'll still have to be careful about getting caught out of position. The other lane's Misery dealing up with this Disruptor and, of course, Morphling combo. And the mid lane matchup. We heard the panel, a few kind of unfavourable comments about win range at the moment in this meta. Would you agree this is certainly one of the weaker mid laners at the moment?
Yeah, she's not as strong as the other mid laners, obviously, like the Invoker. Obviously, the other that we see a lot is Puck nowadays, so but it's one of like Reha's comfort heroes. So sometimes it's really important that you want to pick a hero that he's extremely comfortable instead of picking a hero for the situation.
Yeah, so as there's a kind of suggestion, last game we saw him maybe struggle. It didn't feel like the same Invoker that we saw earlier from Weeha, so they're just like that. Play your win range, RLMR, and you're going to be fine. That's the strat that Secret are going for this game, and that's indeed what Puppy's given him.
Yeah, and if you look at the lanes right now, Tide is getting a good amount of experience. I think Puppy actually denied one of the creeps earlier before the lanes, before the creeps started to go to the lane. He removed one of the creeps off the offlane, so Tide has been able to get a lot of experience here, and he has the Iron Talon plus completed, so he can move to the jungle if he wants to. He has enough levels to do that. He's gonna a bounty rune at bottom, and Puppy is gonna secure the double damage at top.
I think certainly over the games that I've seen today of Secret, one thing that you really can't fault is Misery's Tide and Puppy's Enigma. That's been pretty much two of the most solid performances that I've seen today here from the side. So
yeah,
Secret going to be feeling very comfortable having those in this game. I mean, against the draft of EHOME though, do you feel they have enough to deal with the kind of the wombo combo that Secret are going to be coming with them during the mid game?
They still have like really good teamfight of their own. The Disruptor ultimate, Storm plus the Warlock Golem, so only whoever gets a better initiation would have a really big advantage in terms of teamfight, and not to mention the vision game, the panel mentioned as well. Night Stalker vision game giving them good amount of advantage in terms of when to take the teamfight and when to pick off people with wins, so that will also be really important for EHOME. The Aghanim's timing of 0-11 this game.
See. Top lane, MV on the CS 14 for 1 compared to 16 for 3, so things are all across the map looking fairly even. There's a slight edge in the mid lane for the Warlock ahead of Weeha. To be fair, Weeha's closing the gap now. There's no one really breaking away, but yes, you've got to admit though, in a game where the laning stage seems to be going even, you've got to favour the side that's got the jungler.
Yep, that's a really good point, and not to mention the Tide 1 versus 2 is getting a lot of gold and experience. So this is looking really, all the lanes are looking really good for Secret right now. So they are very content with their position. They're farming 4 of their heroes. They're gonna have a 4th lineup, and mid lane, Weeha, is he gonna, no, he's gonna be fine with Bottle Charger and popping the Fairy Fire to make sure that he's...
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh, he has actually been struggling both the games against Old Chicken, like both games. The last game he got solo killed by the Lina, the Invoker, and this game getting chased back to base in 4 minutes. So not looking good for Weeha again once more in the laning phase.
Puppy is he's going to be ready though to make up for any mistakes that happen. We're seeing this very quick leveling once again this game. 4.5 minutes and he's going to have the level 6 online.
The first black hole to net a key kill. Let's see where he actually goes from here. He's always like really good at making the right rotations and getting the most from the black hole. Not getting any kill that he sees, but getting the best kill that he gets. Well, Night Stalker has he's going back. No, he just looking for gank right now. Night time comes, so he's gonna go for a smoke.
We're gonna smoke with Kaka, yeah. And there we go. Let's see where old 11 and Kaka are gonna head towards. Potentially, I'd imagine they've got their eyes on Weeha here.
I guess maybe.
Or to try and catch out, Puppy before he's able to make a movement of his own. That could also be something. Would pay off very nicely for EHOME.
They want to place wards on Kaka as well. Kaka has 2 wards, so they want to be able to assess the situation whether the Enigma is nearby. So smoke will pop, so 11 knows that.
I know that Puppy's around.
So let's see whether they
Radiant's
continue to
middle
push
tower is
forward or
under
they decide they're gonna back off and go for Weeha.
Yeah, the ping from actually came back onto Weehouse saying, come back to the mid guys, we want to try and catch this Wim Ranger, but Weehouse quick on the fingers there with the Wim run.
Unable to get the glimpse, but at the very least they're able to get a ward down into the jungle, so Old Chicken will know whether Puppy is actually rotating to middle to get to try and be aggressive on the Warlock, so that's still a really good ward there for EHOME.
They did ping it out though. I think Secret might be aware that they did do that, and there's that.
See?
No sentry's coming out yet. No. But it was ping nonetheless, so maybe Secret going to be aware of that and just playing around that one.
Yep, nevertheless, I think Secret are still really content with their positioning. Right now in the game, they're still getting a lot from all the lanes. Only downside is Weeha is again once more back to base. Because he's unable to control the rune because they have a jungler and EHOME is roaming around with the Night Stalker now. So it's very difficult for Windrunner to actually control the runes at this stage of the
Need to
game.
be careful with the courier here. No, not careful enough. EHOME will be able to find that one there with a little bit of an adventure into the Dire jungle. Now we're going to see if Secret can make them pay for it. Shackle isn't going to latch from Weeha. The mini stun should be enough to hold on level in place for time for Envy to get the damage in, and he will. That'll be your first blood there for the Clinks. The main loser courier was empty, but Secret able to get the first blood there for Envy.
Still pretty even. I would say like career kill still gives out a goal for your whole team. So that's the first part. So I think at the end of the day, probably EHOME are a little bit more happy with that because Secret rotated almost the whole team except for the Tide over there to actually get one kill. So fairly even trade there. And right now, if you look at the CS, Weeha is actually starting to fall really far behind compared to Old Chicken. Old Chicken is just dominating this lane.
And he's, well, of course, working towards that Midas first here on the Warlock, just about 500 away from having the recipe done on top of the gloves.
Interesting skill build as well. He has 2 points in Fatal Bond, 3 in kill, and 1 in up healer. He has a bit of everything.
Talking about having a good time, Misery. He's getting a lot of space down there.
Getting, like, this is like a dream game like for Thailand. So being left 1 versus 1 and you're able to actually get so much from the laning phase. Can't really do much to actually stop him because Tide is really good at 1 versus 1.
The thing is, I mean, CTY's farm is good 48 for 19, but Envy, he's not far behind him, and Envy has had to deal with 2 heroes giving him a bit of a beatdown in the top lane.
But when you compare the offlaners, that's the difference. The Tide has been getting a lot more compared to the Stalker, and Night Stalker had lane support from the Rubik. So at the end of the day, I think still Secret coming on top of that.
It certainly feels like, and going back to once again the fact that there's that Puppy Enigma, and he's starting to rack up the gold.
He still hasn't made his first move yet, so you have to pay attention to whether Puppy makes a move on to trying to kill the Morphling, or if he tries to go for the Warlock. Like, these are the 2 big kills that he can black hole here right now.
Yeah, I want to say in all the Enigma games that we've seen from Puppy today, he has not whiffed a single black hole. Every single one has been bang on.
Sometimes you still want to get like what you can get, like you.
Oh yeah, I mean it's the 1-man ones. We've seen.
You put it on cooldown, just get any kill you find.
Yeah. Especially in a game where the pace is like this. We're 9 minutes in. There's only been the 1 kill on Secret, which was off the back of EHOME going in themselves a little bit too aggressive. And this feels like again in the first series of the day, CDC versus Secret. CDC kind of played like this as well, and it did give Secret a lot of space and allowed them to get away with this greedier positioning, having this jungler. And it's only going to make things harder for EHOME as they do go into the mid game.
Yep, and Envy, he actually gets a very early medallion. I think we talked about whether sometimes when you actually play Clink on Dire side, you want to have a medallion just so that you can actually take the stun early. And they obviously have the Enigma to actually help them out with that as well. So we'll see whether Secret are going to be successful in getting a very early Roshan to help us with the early medallion. And obviously Envy is also leading the lane for the Lion to get his level 6. He already has, and Envy is also starting to put pressure on the enemy team every time he's missing off the map, because he's able to actually do a lot of damage just with levels. That's like the benefit of having a safe lane team. You can actually pressure the enemy very early by being off the map all the time.
And we can see at the moment, ever since that first bit of an advance into the Dire jungle, since then they've been just keeping it safe.
You can see how they are actually distributing the farm. Like once Envy started to farm over here, he moves towards the ancient area, he farms the ancient, he farms the camp. They are distributing their farm very nicely across the board for all their heroes, and giving a lane to Palada as well to farm his blink eventually. His halfway there. 1k gold more for the blink on Lion. And bottom lane, we see EHOME making a move here with Disruptor coming in.
It's going to be a tough one. Misery does have a Ravager. It's going to drop the Golem for this one, go straight in onto Misery. There is enough people slowing him a little bit, but Misery, he's just walking this off. He doesn't give a damn that there's a Golem punching him in the backside. He'll walk himself away. There's your Ravage. There's Shackle on CTY, catching onto the Golem here. They will manage to find the kill onto the Morphing. The Disruptor to fall as well. Secret turning up. There's the BM Black Hole. Lanham gets through. 3 dead on the side of EHOME. And maybe even more. That Shackle, not quite sure how it latched, but Arshwad said it should. And now, some from Pylight Guy. He's waltzing in. Hasn't quite got mana though for the finger. A little bit too far here, Pylight Guy. He's still got a few friends about. He's going to hex up old 11. He was trying to chase down Misery and get the Void. Play of each other. Weehaw coming back in. The Shackle again. Old 11 to the final tree, standing on the sideline. There'll be a heal from Old to get into the mana. It's not enough. Power shot from Weehaw, bringing them all low. He's going in for the kill. Weehaw, he's trying to step it up, but he may have stepped a little bit too far. Telekinesis now. The response from EHOME, trying to find him a return. Power shot off the mark. Weehaw, he tried to go for the plays. He tried to go for the style points. He ends up paying with his life. Nonetheless, 5-1 now for Secret after the back of that point.
Are they done yet? Like, Envy is still behind looking for stragglers.
Oh, Envy.
He actually get this kill on
Here we go.
Going for mana.
Oh, Jackie Mouse coming for you. And
well done.
Hurry up.
That was very well done.
Keep
by
that safe,
Envy.
Jackie. Come on.
So all in all, Secret got 5 kills out of that engagement.
Yes.
Essentially, it was a team wipe.
And they only lost, well, they lost Weehaw.
They were really good trade, and they were, I mean, used their big cooldowns. They used the Black Hole and they used the Ravage for that.
That's a great trade.
But you see that was like a Tide Hunter that got so much farm, so hard to bring down, and she was able to actually last long enough to buy enough time for his team to come in.
They go on Misery with the
That's the
ult
Bracer.
problem.
I think he survived also partly because he had Bracer. He was like at 150 HP before everything ended, so that Bracer and the early Warn as well definitely helping survive through that engagement. So.
Old 11. I'll be about to feel the wrath of an Invis room from Weehaw. Found it safe hold.
They saw him. Yep, that's essentially that. So that would not be successful from Old 11. Gonna retreat back into the jungle, but you use the Golem and you lose the team fight 5-1.
It was a good point actually brought up by Scant there. He did have an arcane rune, so the cooldown of the Golem was only 116 seconds instead, so he wanted to use it. So it's, even though it didn't find a kill, it's not great, but it's back online now. It was maybe just worth a shot.
But at the same time, they gave away so much from Secret, so...
Yeah, they did then try and fight around it, which didn't end up paying off. Yeah.
So right now, Black Hole's still on cooldown for another 50 seconds, and because of the Arcane Rune, Warlock has his ultimate backup. See whether they are able to actually take any objectives with the next Golem here.
See if he can find himself to pick up his friend Kaka. Gonna try and get himself in position for this one.
Can actually
Go on,
position
MV.
himself.
Find the angle. Beautiful. 1, 2. Give it a third. And he has been caught out by the statics on the kinetic field. Envy. He's just going to TP out of that. Goodbye, son. And off he is. Envy finding himself the cheeky pick off, and EHOME unable to do anything to stop that.
Now this game has been so far perfect for Secret. Everything going their way, and me able to find pickoffs and pressure the map. The blink from Lion, is it? Oh, he didn't actually go for a blink. He went for Arcane Boots and Earn. So probably wants to go for the item build that Bam goes all the time on his Lion. The Aether lands first before he goes for the dagger. So we'll see how well the item build works for him. For Misery, he completes the jumps, and they're gonna catch up CTY right here.
He's gonna start to get his game going into bulk up. We'll be okay. Give a bit of space, of course, though, on top for Weehaw to try and take down the tier 1 fortification coming out. They're gonna send Lanham up to the top.
Weehaw is going for early Maelstrom, it seems. He's gonna get lifted though.
Yeah, Weehaw. Yeah, maybe getting a bit too greedy. He wants the tower. And he is going to get it. He doesn't get the last touch. He just managed to stop them from denying it.
Wow,
Pays with his life.
So greedy there from Weehaw. That was definitely not worth it. At the very least, they didn't get the deny. So
yeah, that's something. But
Roshan is gonna go the way of Secret. Like I mentioned, I was wondering when they would go for the Roshan. So finally, after clearing the tier 1 at bottom lane, feels safe enough that they have enough time to go for the Roshan. There's the Sync and the Enigma, but it seems like EHOME know what's going on.
Hey,
There's a bot there.
they want a bit of this. They want a bit of the action. They're ready to jump. And now Puppy, oh, he speeds, limps back. Telekinesis up. That's going to be the Enigma. It's already popped the mech. A Fate Bolt finally comes from Column coming out the stun, catching on to 3. Can he try and find more back of this? They've already found the Enigma. Damage through the get the void slow, but they turn around, burst down the Night Stalker. Secret find themselves a return kill here. And about going back in on this one, but the Golem's still up. Be a tricky one. Teams kind of awkwardly positioning themselves around the pit. No one looking to go back in yet with one of their heroes down respectively. And Golem just come up, controlling it here, Secret. And once Puppy is back up, we'll see if they go back in. Roshan is under half health.
I mean, it's looking really, still looking really good for Secret because they expanded the Golem and they didn't get anything. And Secret has their Black Hole plus Ravage still up. So this is looking like
it goes straight back. Yeah.
This version is looking like Secret should be able to secure it for themselves with the ultimate backup. I think it's also pretty close to his dagger, so Secret's team fight is going to be extremely strong once Misery is able to get his hands on the blink.
Especially now that Envy's got his Desolator done 16 minutes in.
They might try for a kill on CTY here.
Dire's bottom tower
Just going straight into the Roshan.
That's just gonna melt.
I'm gonna get the Aegis. Maybe the Wind Ranger? And he actually frees up a space for that, so it's gonna be the one. No, he's actually not going to be.
He says, "Well, you're dying a bit too much, mate. You take it." Good guy, Envy.
Good guy, Envy. What a player. But like you mentioned, he's always not in any danger of dying, and Weeha seems like he's the one always in danger. So you don't need it. Why take it? And smoke up for their team to look for even more advantage right now because they know Golem is still down and they have all their cooldowns up. They are looking to just further extend their advantage right now on the map.
Wrapping around towards mid and Kaka.
He has a Ghost Scepter though early for the Klings.
I think it's going to save him for what's about to. Yeah, it's so long inevitable, but he still goes down there. Secret. And himself a very easy kill down to Disruptor.
But it seems like right now EHOME are not going to be able to defend all their towers. Still with the Golem up, it's still going to be difficult because it's the Aegis right now, so...
I mean, yeah, he's nearly got the Aghanims done, old chicken. But even with that, they're going to need something fairly spectacular.
It's worrisome when a team that picks Warlock is unable to take a team fight. This is definitely starting to get worrisome. And CTY just finishes up his... Not the best timing, but... During his team's situation, it's still fairly reasonable. And Envy behind enemy lines, can he get another pick off here?
Mystery's got a Ravage. See if they can find something here. Envy, who's he eyeing up? Misery. Oh, they've already found Lanham there with the help of Weeha. That's going to be the first pick off, Envy. Wandering around.
Has been denied.
That's the blink for Misery here completed. So that team fight is going to be really scary right now. As long as
terrible. 18 minutes in.
Yeah, as long as they get the jump and I think Warlock is the key target. If you can actually take out the Warlock before he does anything, it will be really sure for them to secure the team. He has 18-minute Maelstrom is the 8th of this. He is the slowest fish. Not the fastest, but he didn't have a good laning phase, so...
He didn't. He had a tough time at the beginning.
The Maelstrom is definitely going to help him, speed up his farm. Like, you don't usually see Maelstorms as your first item on Green Ranger. The most common build is obviously Aghanims, or sometimes you go for a Blink early so that you can land your shackles. But the Maelstrom is kind of like a Midas for Wind Ranger because it helps you farm, it push. And Envy is once again roaming the map, trying to scout out the enemy team so he can set up an opening for you.
The glimpse back onto Wheat. Kaka will TP out instantaneously from the sidelines, so unable to find anyone there. EHOME just playing very carefully.
Ally die.
He's nearly got his blink. He just decided to save straight up for after a couple of gauntlets.
He actually just goes for the arcane boost and still wants to go for blink. Huh, interesting.
I mean, this kind of catch is certainly going to be what's needed against EHOME. If it's just locking down the Morphling or just catching out the Warlock before he can get off the Golem. It's going to be huge in these fights. Not that the Golem seems to be doing too much against the side of Secret. We are yet to see the effectiveness of the Aghs Golem game. do too much more with the bomb.
Yeah, but it's not really that useful if your team can't actually take the fight. That is like the issue that EHOME are having right now. Despite having the Aghanim's golems, but they are not confident of fighting outside of their base. Still haven't really seen the effectiveness of the Night Stalker here. He went for Midas because he felt quite far behind in the early stage of the game. And right now, if we talked about the Aghanims earlier, it's already 20 minutes. So at the very least, he has enough gold one component here. And he still needs a good amount of time before he actually reaches to that point. So as of right now, EHOME are going to struggle taking any straight-on engagements against Secret. Probably need to find kickoffs before they are able to actually take.
We just mentioned though, of course, CTY is keeping up with the farm. Yeah, he's pretty much neck and neck with Envy on his Morphling. And
he needs to be doing a lot for his team.
Are we going to see the same build as we saw come out from Envy last game? E-bladed
because right now no one can actually make a play. If you look at the state of the game, EHOME are just sitting right now waiting for the Morphling to come online, so he's supposed to actually use his Astrobait to jobs. So they need to be able to get takeoffs before they're able to take a fight, so they need to wait for that item to come online. Right now, people are just confident in just pushing down towers because they understand that
nice deny.
Yep, really nice design from Old Chicken, but it still doesn't really change the face of the game too much.
No.
Still a nice play, so...
That's the little things, Winter.
Yeah, it's always the little things.
What your mom tells you.
That is indeed what everyone tells you. So, if EHOME goes for a smoke, let's see whether they can actually get any pickoffs here. Aegis just ran out, so this is the they want to make a play. He has the completed Greaves, still hasn't completed anything else. Goes for Fuser, so there goes the Ghost Scepter for the Disruptor.
Dire's top tower is under
Let's see what they can do. Misery ain't gonna get caught out, but Static still got straight away. They don't have Misery to have any chance. But Connect goes to the trap him. He's never to get himself out to the side here. Will still fall at the Golems, more than enough to bring down the solo Tide. EHOME, they find themselves to push, they find themselves to kill, and with no Tide Hunter, they're going to feel very comfortable to try and push for more here. Take the tier 2. See what Secret are able to do in response to this. They'll pop the fortification. Are still without that Tide. Can they find some kind of jump in without him? Puppy is there.
I think that's 5x though, so Secret might think about trying to take the engagement if they can find Shackle or a stun from Puppy here.
And it looks like EHOME really do want to fight. They're keeping themselves right there. They know that they've got the edge.
They want to use the golems to do something at the very least, but right now they just got the kill and they can't even get the tower, so still really well played by Secret there, managing to hold the tower and any further loss after just losing tight the golems. So right now, once again, golems down, Secret are gonna look to make a play on the map.
And, more specifically Envy. It's going to be one scouting it out, and he's going to go straight onto CTY. He'll purge off the Ghost Scepter. CTY blowing him back there with the Adaptive Strike. This Diffusal Blade only counteracting these Ghost Scepters that the side of EHOME has picked up.
Highlight, can he actually find the Disruptor? Don't think he... So, yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to secure the last tier 2 tower on the map at bottom lane. The Warlock Golem is down. Don't really see any way EHOME can fight outside of their base. EHOME should be looking to just try and get as much farm as possible, get the Aghanims up on 011 and try to get the Astrobait on as soon as possible. These are the two key items that they need to get.
Secret, I'm sure they'll want to try and push, as you said. This opening now, the Golem gone. They themselves have still got the Ravage, still got the Black Hole. We yet to really see anything too big coming out from Puppy in terms of the ultimate department. Elsewise, he has been playing very nicely, but one Black Hole onto Lanham on that bottom at the end of the fight. It's really getting glimpsed back, but he had to get the blink off. No damage coming through from the side of EHOME. That's very pretty, that, but it's not really doing too much. Weehar will get dragged in. MV going at one hit to Kaka, bringing him below 50% HP. So be careful there, EHOME. We'll pop the Greaves and we'll see if they do decide to push in for more. Taking down all the tier 2s on every lane now, so it is just really up to Secret to break the base.
They have to be very careful because the Warlock ultimate's almost up. So they
Roshan's going to be back soon, so potentially Secret are going to hang on for that one.
They have total map control, so there's no need for them to rush any. They should be able to secure the next Roshan. That is obviously the safest play. Secure your map control and just for the Roshan to spawn. Get the Roshan before you try and siege high ground again.
Money coming out on CTY, he's gonna have that E-Blade done. He's sending out the courier now to pick up the Eagle song, so E-Blade right around the corner for
Let's see
CTY.
if they can actually get picked up here, because right now Secret doesn't know about this.
They have any more smokes at the moment on EHOME. Yeah, they've got one on Kaka.
There's a ward there though, so if they smoke here, Secret...
They've got to be careful where they do
Look
it.
at the vision, Owen, like they have two vision outside of the middle lane and the bottom lane. Secret has really good vision to understand when the enemy is trying to smoke. Should be able to scout it out if around this area.
The map is just a bit of a minefield at the moment for EHOME in terms of getting away with something that Secret isn't going to be aware of. Secret themselves, the one smoked up and they're making a movement down towards the bottom. Can make a big jump in, Puppy. And he's gonna know. Oh! Going in on the illusion there, the smoke didn't dispel. Maybe a little bit too quick on the reactions there from Puppy.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see something
And you just, yeah.
Because if they were able to actually get that pick up, it might actually mean that they are able to push up is also a huge part of their team fight. But it's the illusion, so I mean it's not a big loss for Secret. They're still able to move on, but they still, I don't think did they see the Ethereal Blade yet?
I don't think they've passed by awards, but we're going to see We Are looking to sell on to 11 where Abby steps in for the glory. He says that one's mine.
This Night Stalker hasn't had break this game. He hasn't even completed his Aghanim at this point.
7 minutes in, it's looking a bit of a sad state of affairs here for old 11. Gonna have the Aghanim done soon on we.
Courier scouting it out. So they should be able to. They're trying to go for a kill on CTY before they try to attempt to get Roshan here. So let's see whether they get it on CTY.
He's gonna wait for him on TP, and we'll be fine. Yeah, we. Just get himself in position. He has got the blink, but more proving to be a little bit too sneaky for him to catch out. And as you said, Roshan almost ended with the next point. A fight to kick off Kaka. He's still got that smoke. We'll see if EHOME themselves do want to try and head over. They've got all the big ults available.
Yep, they do. It's gonna be really fast, so I don't think that there's no way they get there in time.
Roche is gone. It's gone just like that. Easily done that for Secret.
So we had coming for the Roshan once again, and he says, I don't need this agent.
Exactly. You take the swamp.
Has completed his blink Aghanim.
A misery. He's starting up a trust fund. Still 4.3k. I think he can buy whatever he wants at this point, misery. He's loving it.
There's a lot of
he
good
is
options.
loving it.
You can go for either Shiva's Refresher or even, I think Aghanim is also a really good item Tide.
Mask of Madness Daedalus.
Definitely not a good item on Tide.
Wow. Well, misery. Show us what you got. As you said, refreshes.
Not sure. Like once right now.
I don't think I've actually seen an Axe Tide. No, I mean, how good is Axe Tide? Is it? There's just other items that you want to be getting from first every time.
Good situation. Like it depends on the situation. If you're defending against an enemy that's constantly pushing, you need deep push. Obviously, Axe Tide is really good. I mean, it's still really good in team fights because you are able to actually use your spell from a safe distance, and it becomes. You can hit multiple targets with the Aghanim, so still a really good team fight item, I think. All the options I mentioned are really solid. Either the Refresher, the Aghanim, or the Shiva stuff. So we'll see what he goes for here. And Puppy, meanwhile, is going to fight very soon. So
oh, chicken! They do have a sentry there. They didn't know that Envy was chasing them down. Envy pops the BKB diffuser blade onto old 11 with the right click down the second charge. They should be able to find it, and they do. Envy gets himself the kill.
Jackie Mao has been carrying him.
He has. He's been playing. He's been a good boy.
So it is the Shivas for Misery. It's gonna help against the Morphling right clicks. It's gonna be able to slow down the Golem as well, like give them more team fight. Still a really solid choice. So it seems like Secret will have a 30 seconds opening to actually try and maybe siege or damage the tower a little before the Night Stalker comes back online.
If they do indeed find that opening,
yeah. But do they have a gem? They don't have a gem. I mean, at this stage, they have total map control, so removing the enemy's vision will be the next for them. Like right now, EHOME has 2 vision, like 2 wards in their own jungle, so they know that if Secret is around here. They have 1 ward in the middle lane scouting them. But they still have a good amount of vision, despite being contained in their base the past couple of minutes. Pipe is completed on the... What else are they waiting for? I'm getting any items soon.
They're just waiting for the delivery. And once that's out,
yep, I guess
them
they're good to go. Everything's up.
Waiting on the courier. That's the countdown that Secret are waiting on at this point. Come on, chop chop. Stuff delivered. Secret, they're gonna look to try and shut this one out, but
are they gonna do the same thing again, Owen? Split up the map, like use...
What?
Yeah,
That's the way we saw that last game, man.
Yeah, like just like how.
I mean, they totally can. Envy's on the right kind of hero to do it, isn't he? Things that Deso.
But this game they can probably take the head of fight with Tide and Enigma, so they're probably just 5-man down one lane. We'll see what they actually do here for Secret.
I'd like to see a flashy fight now.
Doesn't like a flashy fight.
Okay, there we go. It's onto the tower. And we're chipping away. We are coming in. Oh, that's Shackle! Now that's not even legal. And in Misery goes with the rabbit. Catches out 4. Envy focusing on CTY. They will drop the golem here. So he's trying to tell Kaka. He's going to go down. Double kill for Weeha. He gets the Night Stalker as well. To hold back Misery. Can't break through Secret with the pipe pop. They're doing no damage to EHOME and they just have to sit back. Slowing down, but it's slowing down the pain here as the bottom set of racks will fall. Secret now heading towards the mid lane. EHOME with 2 heroes down, neither of them with buyback available. This is looking to be potentially a second victory here for Secret this series, unless EHOME can do something big. Misery jumping forward again with the Shiva's guard, holding back the side of EHOME. Still looks to try and burst damage, but the combos with CTY's on them again. The Shackle! That Shackle, CTY has to get himself the hell out of that. Side of Secret, they'll find themselves the second melee rack in the mid lane, and now they'll look to retreat. They want to play careful.
Can they glimpse? No. Hunter seems like the only casualty. That's such a big victory for Secret. They're getting second melee rack. Oh dear. That Shackle from Weeha there, setting up the bottom fight was such easy setup for the Tide. Just brings in Ravages, the heroes behind. Not much EHOME can do that despite dropping the golems. Oh dear, EHOME look like they are really lost right now. They are not like the team that won, and they are really lost in this one. Stars are changing a lot.
They've got the refresher now. I mean, refresher. He hasn't got level 16 EV yet, so that wasn't a level 16 golem.
It's still something for them to.
It could be big.
Win the team fights, because really worrisome. Like every golem they've dropped this game, they can't really do much with it. They have not accomplished much with the golem from the wall.
They get 5-man static storm, 5-man double golem, fatal ones. But it's a lot of ifs.
A lot of ifs.
A lot of ifs. And they're doing it in a situation where they are, well, 2 melee racks down and a range rack as well on the bottom lane. EHOME are very vulnerable at this point in time.
They have the odds stacked against them, so they basically have to do their best with landing their spells correctly. Multiple heroes, and they need to buy enough space, for Morphing to active. So I think they need to be able to buy enough space for Morphing to kill the support line.
Hey, Puffy. He's looking for some action here. He's popping down the midnight pulse, clearing out the area. Shackle we won't connect. CTY still sticking around on the front. The BKB trying to do its best to burst Puppy, but Puppy just pops the grease, pops the pipe. He does not care. Misery now comes in with a round spin off the 4. The tentacles tickling EHOME. The static sword's been dropped down. They're trying to fight her, but CTY just melts. Double kill for Weeha. The golems to be dropped. Envy just sits there and takes down 1, 2, 3. There goes your golems. GG Secret take the game and take the series 2-0. And EHOME, they just don't turn up at the end of the day.
Warlock didn't really work out for them. They were unable to team fight through the whole, like from the start of the game to the end of the game. They were unable to win any crucial team fights, unable to secure objectives. When they have Warlock, that is something that is really, really bad when you have Warlock. And not to mention the Night Stalker offlane, they draft it and didn't really work out once more.